in that logo. 24s and they low pro. I know so, ain't no doubt about it. Riding around, loaded up and I hear them 808s and they knocking. Whole club and they rocking. In them buckets, all my homies up in here vibing. To my household, real I die for. Creeping off in that Tahoe. All about that large on. Don't stop the party. We be getting all that. Oh, King Wasabi, homie. Cause it's the same old. Just a different day. Out here trying to get it. Each and every way. Mama need a house. Baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard. Guess what I'ma do? Hustle. Hard. Hustle. Hard. Hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Okay, now all I know is hustle. Get it off the muscle. Black is my attire. Keep them sticks off in that cupboard. I be going hard. Them going hard. I just hit them all. You just swipe the card. I'm with a couple Latin. I just do. You other guys telling lies. Homie, free money. AG. You pay me. Swagging in my saline. Two-door coupe Mercedes. I am too much for you busters. I don't trust them. They won't play me for no sucker. Play me for no paper. Make my thumper. Alpha Zeta Omega. Better know I'm really on it. Driving better own it. Money is involved. Better know I'm on it. And that's one.
Greetings, everyone, from Washington, D.C. The Wizards playing host to an Eastern Conference affair here at the Verizon Center. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke.
2 points.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Vujacic. And it's Galloway in the 1 spot. Anthony drives in. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam. And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Wall, that's a 2-pointer. And another miss by Washington. Galloway kicks to Lopez. It's Anthony with the drive. Gortat with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Here's Porzingis. Anthony no one around. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Anthony's got 6 points. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. Anthony against Porter. Galloway, the pass to Carmelo. Lets it go from 11. Second chance shot. Lopez, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. The Knicks shooting to start out this game about 43%. Here's Vujacic. No good with the triple. The Wizards have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Beal dishes to Morris. The Wizards with another miss. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And here's Anthony for 3. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Porzingis. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Wizards trailed by 6. Here's Wall. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point play.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Emoneyflawless, he's checked in for New York. And the slam dunk by Wall.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Gortat. Dudley comes in for Morris. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Otto Porter Jr. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
Garrett Temple has checked in for Beal.
And the Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup. And all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And the basket by Thornton.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Calderon has the open look. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. That's tipped. Taken away by Nene. And here we go. Washington fast break. Sessions leading the charge. The shot by Nene. No good. Anthony kicks to Galloway. Out to Anthony. New York moving the ball around. Lets it go from 11. Here's Lopez. Pass to Anthony. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Don't take your eyes off of him, because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Temple. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And Galloway pulls it down. The Knicks leading by 5. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Sessions. Here's Nene. Lopez with the block. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. "16 seconds left in the first quarter. Nene can't get that one to fall.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Lopez, no luck. Here's Thornton. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for New York.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Porter. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Oh! Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they? Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Thomas. Rebound, Washington.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Deflects the pass. Here's Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve it.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow. Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Calderon for 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Beal touched it last. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Thomas. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far.
Wizards making a switch here. Nene is checked in. Wizards trailed by 10. Here's Wall. Basket made. That's his third of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
Grant the pass to Thomas. Seraphin kicks to Calderon. Shot from the wing. No good off the back of the rim.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And Nene, a guy with an incredibly strong start to his career in Denver, the first Brazilian to ever be selected in the first round. Voted, as you may recall, to the NBA All-Rookie team.
He came into the league just a tremendously raw talent. Really developed faster than a lot of people expected, but what has been the case for him is the injury bug. I mean, the knee, the foot, shoulder, Achilles, you name it, he's had it, and it's hindered his career somewhat.
And cancer. He's beaten cancer.
That's a very good point.
The Knicks making a switch here. Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Porzingis comes in for Lance Thomas. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Jose Calderon. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Grant. And Beal kicks to Wall. Over a Flalo. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Knicks ball.
And the Knicks making a change here. Vujicic is checked in. New York leading by 8. Anthony kicks to Galloway. Back to Anthony. Some nice passing by New York here. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Galloway. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish.
Yeah, you know, going back to Nene, in 14 years, he's been able to suit up for roughly 65% of the games. That's tough on the team's continuity on both ends of the floor. Injuries have been a part of that, though, and oftentimes those are beyond the player's control.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Jared Dudley's checked in for Markieff Morris. Temple comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Shots good by Anthony.
And you know, guys, the thing with Nene, he helps you in so many ways when he's in there. He's hard to back down in the post. He eats up space. Tough to get around on picks. He has the toughness that champions are made of.
Lopez.
2 points.
That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Nene, the screen. To the inside. Here's Sessions. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. Boy, that was a nice job.
Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. Gortat's checked in for Nene.
Marcin Gortat.
On defense, New York. Lopez with the block. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Gortat covering. They recover it. Second shot opportunity. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got his third rebound tonight. And the basket by Thornton.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play. How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
And Sessions kicks to Gortat. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 3 assists in the game. The 3 from Anthony. Can't get it to go. That'll do it for the first half. Knicks lead by 8. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center.
Get ready for your Wizard Girls.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He's got 19 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half, defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kurt Rambis. They've got Porzingis. He's out there with Robin Lopez. Anthony out there with Vujicic. And it's Galloway in at the point.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. Lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over. Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Lopez right side. Vujicic the pass to Porzingis. Dishes it to Galloway. Inside. Here's Lopez. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Washington calls timeout.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Washington. And then for New York, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Flalo comes in for Sasha Vujicic. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And O'Quinn sends it back. The Knicks leading by 10. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were around, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
And that one's good.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Here's Calderon, right wing, fires for 3. Porzingis can't hit. Wizards trailed by 7. Beal gets a wide open look. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. And that's now 10 points here for Beal.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
It's up a 3. Porzingis can't hit. Washington's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
For New York, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
And he gets it to go. Wizards trail by 5. And the pass to Morris. Hickson in the posts. O'Quinn defending. The shot by Hickson, no good. Porzingis passes to Carmelo. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bringing it down
sir.
hard,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Morris a screen. Here's Hickson. Knicks with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Porzingis. Can't get it to go.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim record.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Hickson. And Dudley subbed in for Morris. Then for the Knicks, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Thomas comes in for Porzingis. And it's Grant in for Anthony.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds. And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Beal. And that one comes up a bit short.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
For the Wizards, Gortat's checked in for Porter. Thornton comes in for Beal. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
2 points.
And then for New York, Lopez, he's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Vujicic comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed, Clark.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff teams.
For New York, they had gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. When you look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
Both shots good from the stripe. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. For New York, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Here's Sessions. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Sasha Vujicic. The Wizards shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for your Wizards, Ramon Sessions.
And so Sessions nails both of them. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Passes it to Vujicic. Misses the three. The shot, no good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Knicks out front. They lead by 9. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And the final period of play just about to start. Washington calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them free points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
We've got Jared Dudley. Gortat is out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Temple in the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. For the Wizards, Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Dudley. Bradley Beal comes in for Garrett Temple. And it's John Wall in for Sessions. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
New York moving it around. Beal with the steal. Jumps up. And Wall slams it home. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
The Knicks leading by 7. And Tony Roten with the slam.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Knicks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
You know, they've also been very good from the free throw line. I mean, that's been a very important part of what they've done today.
Morris dishes the Wall. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
The Knicks making a switch here. Aflalo's checked in. Up the floor. That one's in there. The New York lead is kept at just 5 points on the basket from John Wall.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. Wizards have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Kicks it to Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. And 12 points here for Beal.
And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that one had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
But, Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here.
Can't hit from in close. The Knicks leading by 3. Lopez passes to Anthony. Lets it go with a 3. And the basket good. Anthony's got 24 points.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
It's deflected. And again, New York running the court in transition. But they recover it. Now Flalo kicks to Anthony. And he's good on the 3-ball. And it's a 9-point Knicks lead.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebounding.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving count.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. After like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Nene, he's checked in for the Wizards. And a switcher also for New York. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Tony Roten with the slam.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Beal's shot is good.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
The 3 from Anthony. And again, New York with the triple.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Wall wide open. Wall missing again. Here's New York. They're on an 11-3 run. And here's Anthony for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Porter's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Wall. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. On defense, New York. Shot from the inbound. And it's good.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter. And just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit. Well, how about John Wall in this one? He's got 26 points and 3 assists. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
And really, the fact that he's making it look so effortless while he's doing it.
1:19 left in the 4th quarter. Lopez a screen. And here's Anthony from the arc. No luck. And it's Washington the other way. Wall attacking. Got a piece of it.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's New York. They're leading by 8. Anthony dishes to Afflalo. And the Knicks miss again. 36 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And here's Wall outside. The shot no good. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Clark, this one just all but in the books.
Yeah, I don't see a comeback at this point, Clark.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
He gets the first, that narrows the gap to 7.
Taking 2 shots.
And so Wall nails both of them. "15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Washington calls timeout. They're losing by 8. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
You summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
You're always going to have people who don't believe that you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're going to come against obstacles, and you have to combat those obstacles in order to move forward. It's almost like you're playing a video game, you know what I mean? And then the prize is your sanity. Word.
Ha! Come on with it.
We have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Utah Jazz come in for this one.
Ready, gentlemen?
We're at the Verizon Center where the Wizards will try to turn it up on their home floor. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We've got a chance here to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. And so in the game for the Jazz, the forwards are Hayward and Favors. Shelvin Mack is out. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
Mack, the pass to Gobert. Hood kicks to Hayward. Dives for it. And that'll be Utah as it goes out of bounds. Jazz retain possession. Full 24-second shot clock. Utah with the ball. Off the inbound, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skill, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Another miss by Utah.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
It's Beal on the wing. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Another basket here, and they have really come out of the gates fast in the first quarter, Kevin.
Feeds it to Gobert. Pass to Mack. Here's Hood. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Here's Porter. Morris dishes the wall. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Hayward.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now is when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up. And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
There's the bucket. Good. 8 points for Marcin Gortat.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
He dishes it to Porter. Gortat against Gobert. And Gortat kicks to Porter. Clock at 4. It's tipped. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. They grab their own miss. Morris passes to Gortat. There's Porter with the 3. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Utah was so tough near the end of last season, Greg. They weren't going to make the playoffs, but they did give other teams some trouble.
That's a great point. And how about going 19-10 after the All-Star break? Another team that would have been in the playoffs if they were in the East. I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A-game rolling tonight.
Gortat. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Gortat's got 10 points.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter. And, you know, for the Jazz, you mentioned their post-All-Star break surge. I mean, that 19-10 record they had after the break was good enough for 6th best in the league.
And really, the Jazz were a team nobody wanted to play after the break. They were over 500 against the rest of the West and had some big wins over playoff teams in the process.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz. Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Here's Exum. The shot no good. And it's Washington the other way. Thornton dishes to Dudley. And there's the pass to Temple. And Sessions kicks to Nene. Pass to Sessions. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Thornton. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. Thornton's got his first 2 points.
And the Wizards really struggled post-All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though. Boy, for Alec Burks, he really started to put it all together in his 3rd season. He doubled his scoring average. Shooting percentage was up. Then last season, a strong start, but a shoulder injury cut short what I thought was going to be his best season yet.
Thornton with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. Jazz trailed by 12. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And back to Alec Burks, a guy who entered the league with raw talent, but once the light went on, Greg, he showed the ability to help his team in a number of ways.
Yeah, he's going to be the prototype in terms of a two-way player. He's a guy who can not only score it for you, but he'll rebound and defend it. But what impressed me last season is he averaged 3 assists a game, really looked to make plays for his teammates.
Passes to Lyles. Here's Ingles. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
And Sessions kicks to Temple. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Temple's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Washington out in front. They lead by 14. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Otto Porter Jr. out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Gortat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Morris is checked in for Jared Dudley. And Utah with a change here, too. Derek Favors checked in for Booker. Right side, Wall. Plays it up and banks it in. Wall's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Wizards.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Gobert, he's checked in for Utah.
Rudy Gobert.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Nato
2 points.
off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job. You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And, Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Well, looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
The Jazz making a switch here. Max checked in. Jazz trailed by 16. Nice D from Wall.
And you mentioned the Wizards and their defense last year. They had the second best field goal percentage defense in the league. The only team that was better, the NBA champs, Golden State.
There's Porter with the three. Rebounded by the Jazz. Knocks it loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Here is Hayward. 8 points for him.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will.
It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
Here's Wall. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. And, guys, there was a time where people wondered if John Wall could be a team leader. Well, that question has been answered and then some. Unquestioned leader of the Wizards.
Here's Gortat. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
Hayward. 2 points. That one's in, only his fourth make against 9 total shots.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And now Hayward pushing it up. No one back to stop him. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. Nene, he's checked in for the Wizards. Sessions comes in for John Wall. Alec Burks checked in for Utah. Dante Exum comes in for Hood. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Here's Favors. Can't hit. Now the Wizards take it the other way. The dish to Beal. From deep three-point range, Mack grabs the miss.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Porter with the steal. Fires for 3. Count the bucket. Porter's got 6.
Too much casual effort here. Lackadaisical getting back on defense here, fellas.
And it's costed him. Fast break baskets accounting for 7 of the last 10 points they've allowed. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Beal can't get that one to fall. Jazz trailed by 18. Burks can't get it to go.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Washington making some changes. Jared Dudley's checked in for Markieff Morris. Temple comes in for Porter. And it's Thornton in for Beal. Then for the Jazz, Lyles checked in for Rudy Gobert. Booker comes in for Derek Favors. And it's Joe Ingles in for Mack. Shot clock at 5. Here's Thornton. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Thornton's got 9.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
.43 seconds left in the first half.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. It's hauled in by Lyles. Jazz trailed by 20. Exum.
2 points.
And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
They were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Burks kicks to Exum. Got a piece of it. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. The 3 from Dudley. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And he's good on the second. And he can't make it. 3 for 3. Here's Ingles. Can't get it to go. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Wizards lead by 20. We'll be back shortly live from the Verizon Center. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
That slasher mentality was on display in that first half. He got to the rim consistently.
Boy, I tell you what, he's got that great first step, and he must have had some quickness porridge or something because he looks a little faster today than normal.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Well, Wall had a great quarter. He's got 13 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Put out there with Shelvin Mack. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot.
Up and over the defender with one hand. Facebook.
Looked like the D had a good chance to cut him off until he made his move to the rack.
Yeah, that's just a really nice job of taking it right to the rim.
And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
You know, getting back to Gortat, he signed that 5-year, $60 million contract a couple of years back. Raised some eyebrows at the time because he's not a supreme athlete, but his size, effort, and refined skill set have made him worth it so far. Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out. And talking about Gortat, I like what he can do for you defensively. Doesn't really have a vertical, but uses his length and timing to alter shots. And he moves his feet well enough to close out on shooters and also cover the pick and roll. So solid and complete in terms of a frontline player.
He hits the second from the line.
And guys, Shelvin Mack, strong, good jump shot. More importantly, knows his role. Hasn't started that many games in his career, but maximizes his minutes when he's on the floor.
Wizards leading by 18. And Wall. Here we go now. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Getting back to Shelvin Mack, he plays smart, values the basketball. Clark doesn't have tremendous vision, but stays composed and makes the solid play.
Yeah, very reliable rotational player for you as a combo guard. Pulls his way around the court. He can knock opponents off balance with that size, and he's a good shot maker, too.
Burks, he's checked in for Shelvin Mack. The Wizards have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. And the thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. Quick, powerful athlete, great, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And, you know, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards won 8 and 9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
This is a nice third-quarter surge here. They've got it going right now.
And a perfect time to get hot, just as we get into the meat of the second half here. And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
And Wall. Here we go now.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique.
And Washington making a change here. Dudley's checked in. Lyles checked in for Utah. Exum comes in for Rodney Hood.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, There are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
Nene, he's checked in for Porter.
A lot of him. Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
There's the call on Trevor Booker. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Washington. Sessions comes in for John Wall. And a switcher also for Utah. Ingles is checked in. Here's Gortat. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Nice ball movement by Washington. Over in the corner, Dudley. And the Jazz pushing it up now. The pull-up. The Jazz with another miss.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
And you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game. You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Inside, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
No good from Booker. Washington has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Now here's Dudley. Not a lot of room. Sessions passes to Thornton. Gortat dishes to Dudley. 4 on the clock. And a wide open look for Thornton. They get it back. He kicks it to Dudley. He feeds it to Gortat. Tries again. And it's good on the way in. Gortat's got 6 points in the quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And last season, he was a 70% free throw shooter, something I'm sure he'd like to improve.
Stolen by Dudley. To the wing on the left. Gortat inside. Dudley's shot is good. Dudley's got 7 points in the game.
The mid-range jumper is a high percent.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Washington out in front, opening up a huge gap. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. We've got Oubre, Sessions out there with Thornton, and there's Hickson, and it's Temple in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Oubre misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Ingles can't get it to go.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Kicks to Withy. Over to the left wing. Nato buries it from three-point range. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Wall attacking. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his 4th
Last season, a mixed bag for Wall. Statistically, some steps forward, but overall, lower numbers.
Yeah, but, you know, he didn't score as much as he had the previous 2 seasons, but he was more efficient. And sometimes, Kevin, the better your team, the less you have to do, but he clearly is a better player.
First personal foul.
Dishes it to Booker. And there's the feed to Withy. Nato. Rebound, Washington. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
For Wall, guys, he played more of a traditional point guard role, but double-digit assist numbers at 10 a game for him, really strong.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Goes up again. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole. And also for Wall, his usage was down. I mean, a few less minutes played, fewer shots taken. Overall, though, I felt it was a big step towards becoming more of a traditional point guard, and the Wizards are better for it.
Jazz passing it around to the left wing. Nato
2 points.
drops one in from the wing.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Wall's shot is off.
You know, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Joe Ingles.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. And that one's good by Gortat. Gortat's got 21.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Nato. The shot is off. Wall with some nice D. For Washington, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here is Gortat. Puts it up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Joe Ingles.
And we all know Utah is a very young team. Last year, only the 76ers were younger. Still very competitive given the age and the lack of experience from this group.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Nene, he's checked in for Morris. And Allen Anderson subbed in for Porter. Rodney Hood's checked in for the Jazz. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Dudley comes in for Gortat. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Beal. And a switcher also for Utah. Lyles checked in for Withy. Here's Ingles. The three-pointer, no good. For Washington, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Clark, an interesting fact about the Jazz and their age last year. At one point, they didn't even have the oldest starting 5 in the state of Utah. Now think of this. The starting 5 of BYU, Greg and I were just talking about this, had an older average than Utah did.
Yeah, amazing. You look at the ages of Exum and Gobert and Favors. Makes sense that would be the case.
Blocking foul called on.
For the Wizards, Thornton comes in for Allen Anderson. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. And Utah also making a switch. Max checked in. Ingles kicks to Mack. Taken away by Nene. Pass to Dudley. Feeds it to Nene. He dishes it to Temple. Here's Dudley. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Clark Lyles, one of the many great players to come out of Kentucky and be eligible for this draft. He didn't wow as much as his teammates. I'm telling you what, he can play.
He's got a lot of game. He's actually one of my sleepers, Kevin, because he can do everything well. He can handle it. He goes both ways. He can shoot it. He defends. Really good IQ. I like this guy as being a surprise producer as an NBA player.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Wizards.
Clark, look at their number of assists.
Well, they minimized the one-on-one situations, Kevin. They got the ball moving, and it found the open guy.
Great ball movement. You're right.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Gortat. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team. And, guys, with Lyles playing out of position can be a blessing and a curse. I mean, he didn't get to play in his comfort zone and put up big numbers, but his skill set grew from the minutes he had to spend outside of that comfort zone.
Beal gets a wide open look. They get it back. Out to Morris. The three. Kept alive by Washington. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sidelines.
The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in.
Tell you what I like about Lyles is that he has a bit of an old man game about him. He's an old head, plays within himself, good at every small intangible thing on the court, just has a real nice feel for how to play.
Out to the wing. And the wide open shot from Morris. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That will get him his fourth foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for two.
Trey Lyles taking 2 shots.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Gortat. There's the steal. And there's the call on Marcin Gortat. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The pass to Porter. From outside the arc. Off on that one. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
I won't bow down to no man. Not even if I need to ride to the next village. Not if I need to cross continents. Nor if I need money. Yeah. Or when I feel lonely. Yeah.
The Staples Center filled to capacity. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing Los Angeles. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Oklahoma City right now, down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal.
We've got an electric crowd here in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder facing Los Angeles. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Durant, the 3, and Ibaka, the 4. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Adams in at the 5, home in the paint. The kick out to Westbrook. Didn't think that was going to go in.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And for all the flash and dash in Oklahoma City, over the past few years. Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business. While all eyes are on the megastars, Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Here's Paul, and it's blocked by Ibaka. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Ibaka. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Griffin can't get it to go in. Oklahoma City's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Redick for 3, but they get it back. Jordan, and the layup's good off the glass.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
It's Westbrook with the drive.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
And who could forget the tear that Westbrook went on last season? I mean, after the All-Star break, it was just triple-double after triple-double for him. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Now Westbrook following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. That's good.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Greg, for Westbrook, as you were talking about him, the triple-double stretch included 4 in a row. He had 6 triple-doubles, Clark, in 8 games. He was sensational.
Yeah, it really was, Kevin. And what's even more amazing was that he was very close to a triple-double, even on the nights he didn't get one. Man, he's a guy who showed you what it means to carry a team.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
The wide-open look for Durant. Drops in the tray. Durant's got 6.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Well, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
So, for the Clippers, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Griffin. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Waiters is checked in. Now Ibaka. After the missed 3 from Jamal Crawford. Back to Ibaka. For 3, Durant. Again, Durant missing. Clippers trail by 7. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big 3, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Pierce comes in for Mbamute.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Rivers passes to Aldrich. Pierce dishes to Crawford. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Kicks it to Cantor. Oklahoma City moving it around. Durant up top. Raiders on the wing. The dish now to Durant. Goes back up. The rebound by Pierce. Clippers trail by 7. It's Crawford with the drive. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Russell Westbrook.
2 shots. Foul. Shooting for
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Foy in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Waiters. And Aldridge sends it back. And here's the break. There's Crawford with the 3. And he gets the bucket. Crawford's got 6 points.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
And Foy kicks to Singler. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and 3-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots. A dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for. And Kyle Singler, basically a 3-point marksman. He really lost minutes after the trade to the Thunder last season. A second-round pick by Detroit a few years back. He's always averaged over 20 minutes a game. But with the Thunder, he was kind of banished to the end of the bench, and his play reflected that.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Johnson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
And the first one's up.
At the line for 2.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. There's 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter. There's Foy with the 3. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Rivers. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Pierce, here we go. Good work defensively by Ibaka. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. But welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Foyle is out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And it's Adams in at the 5.
And Coach Doc Rivers wears multiple hats for this organization. Not only is he the head coach, but also in charge of all basketball operations, really the leader in a lot of ways for this team.
And Paul gets it to go in.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Thinking about Doc Rivers being a leader, he was like that on the floor, Clark, as well. You know that. You went against him.
A leader and a winner, no doubt about it. And there have been a lot of coaches that came from his old Celtics team. And of all of them, perhaps the least surprising is Doc Rivers for the reasons we just mentioned. Leader and coach on the floor.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
That's his first personal foul.
Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
Westbrook passes to Morrow. Jordan with the rebound.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And last year, you could see Paul was hobbled in their loss to the Rockets in the second round. Still, most players wouldn't even have made it back out on the floor, much less been as effective as he was during the postseason.
And he gets it to go. Redick's got 5 now.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Morrow kicks to Westbrook. And Jordan sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Jordan. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Dion Waiters checked in for Anthony Morrow. Adams in the corner. 6 to shoot. And Westbrook, here we go. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Paul. He doesn't need to be blazing fast or quick to beat you. He can play seemingly on one leg and still dismantle a defense.
Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to... Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown.
Oh, can you believe that? Did we really just see that?
Oh, my gosh. They must have been practicing that move. They had to be.
A monster dunk served up cold.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. It's stolen by Adams. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Jeff Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Rivers in for Chris Paul. And then for Oklahoma City, Cantor, he's checked in for Adams. Baca comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Zingler in for Andre Robertson.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Pierce dishes to Rivers. Knocked loose. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the 2nd most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West team tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Zingler against Crawford. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Nice shot by Zingler.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Clippers. Johnson comes in for Mbah-a-Moute. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Dion Waiters. And the Clippers miss again.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And now the Clippers on the break. Johnson can't get it to go. And the call goes against Wesley Johnson. That's his first foul. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
That's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right on top of the other.
Time to just slow it down, make the simple play, and get a good shot.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
The Thunder shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
That's good from Cantor. And Cantor drops them both.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Here's Rivers. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. Singler for 3. Shot is off. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Thunder. They're up by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off. Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list. And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
And Durant, here we go. And Roberson kicks to Ibaka. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Durant. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Durant's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, It's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
Paul for three. No luck. Good D by Westbrook.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. A chance here now for a three-point play. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Well, when you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor.
But they get it back. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green's checked in.
You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
Griffin kicks to Redick. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. And Westbrook throws it down.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
Cole Aldrich, who's checked in for Mbamute.
Yeah, but the defenders draped all over him. He just could not shake loose.
And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
That'll be a 5-second call.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had 1 before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
Off the inbound, no good.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Foy's checked in. Here's Foy. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
It's Redick on the wing. And Foy with the clear path to the hoop. The rejection by Paul. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Cole Aldrich with the slam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
He got right to the cup using that screen. And that's now 19 points for Kevin Durant.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Waiters passes to Adams. Here's Griffin. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Nice shot by Foy.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Well, Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Paul Pierce is checked in for Alderman. Johnson comes in for Jeff Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. Enes Kanter's checked in for the Thunder. Morrow comes in for Roberson.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
That's good. And now a 12-point Thunder lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator. Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Foy from long range. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got his third rebound tonight. Crawford, no luck.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And the basket by Morrow.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get. They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Kanter dishes to Singler. Now the pass to Foy. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Thunder lead by 9. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Clippers trail by 9. And Oklahoma City looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Andre Robertson out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Singler in at the 3 slot. And stolen by Jordan. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Westbrook drives in. Robertson can't hit.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Here's Redick. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And Robertson kicks to Adams. Westbrook drives in. Adams, the pass to Westbrook. Out left to the wing. Adams dishes to Westbrook. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Singler, no good. The Clippers trail. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Clippers. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Redick. Jordan at the elbow. The drive by Paul. Can't get it to go. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
And it's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
He's about right. But I still can't figure that one out.
No, I see no birds up there.
No. And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
And, Greg, you know how it is. Sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 baskets to get things going. Maybe we're getting ready to pump a little life into this one.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Waiters, he's checked in for the Thunder. Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do and Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career. And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Westbrook drives in, and he jams it with authority.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Los Angeles calls timeout.
For Durant, KD did try to return last season, but that foot just wouldn't cooperate, and that's when they had to shut him down.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
During that break, Coach Rivers had some words for his team. No surprise, really. The turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away, guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris.
One last thing with Durant's foot. Foot injuries can be a scary thing in the NBA. Along with knees, those are the injuries you don't want to risk anything with.
Westbrook kicks to Waiters. And it's Westbrook. That time on the assist from Dion Waiters. Waiters got 3 assists now in this one. That's a 2 from Paul. Gets the front of the rim and out.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Westbrook with a wide open look. Westbrook missing again. Clippers trail by 11. Here's Jordan. Los Angeles with another miss. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Westbrook. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in the game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Durant in for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. .135 left here in the fourth quarter. Westbrook drives in, and then jammed down as it goes right over Blake Griffin.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Thunder.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good. The player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Russell Westbrook. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will. Paul having a good one. He's got 14 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
And he hasn't been afraid to draw a little bit of contact on his way to the basket. Some guys shy away from that.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Johnson in for Mbaumute. It's Pierce with the drive.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And here are the Thunder now. Morrow kicks to Collison. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They lead by 11. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers making a switch here. Rivers checked in. And the Thunder with some changes. And Westbrook, here we go. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
And here now the Thunder. It's a 10-point game. And that one's good. Durant.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
The tray. Can't get it to go.
Timeout.
And the Clippers call time here. They're losing by 13. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. Well, guys, what do you think?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end.